Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Pakistan-India crisis SITREP. And the situation is getting super tense. Just to make a quick one, the situation, the risk of war assessment for in terms of DPS assessment is now imminent. We are now looking at imminent war that is going to happen between Pakistan and India. The situation have been escalating, and the Indians have been very hell-bent to blame the Pahalgam attack on Pakistan, and Pakistan have threatened to attack Indian military sites if the Indians attack, and this is exactly has happened. So we there's a few things that have happened. So the main this is the mapping from CNN, based on the information from the Indian Ministry of Defense, noting where the Indians have struck the Pakistani on the 7th of May. So you can see it's mainly across the Kashmir region, but there are some actually within Pakistan. So according to the Indians, they say that they are simply targeting the terrorist sites. So this actually is somewhat confirmed. But before I jump to that point, I just want to note, when the Indians launched these massive air and missile strikes, the Pakistanis actually have reacted. They have scrambled their aircraft, and it actually resulted in the largest air-to-air combat between the two sides in a long time. So according to the Pakistani security source, they say that this is the largest and the longest uh, fight in aviation history. So a total of 125 fighter jets have battled over an hour. The according to information, the Indian airstrike lasted around half an hour. So clearly the Pakistani have reacted and caused a long range air-to-air combat. So, and in this airstrike, the Pakistani side have claimed that they have shot down 5 Indian planes. And a lot of this missile exchange is more than 160 kilometers away, 100 miles. And so, which is very typical for modern air-to-air combat. Even if you look at the Russian-Ukraine war, the fighter jets do not actually fight in the dogfight. No, it's not like computer game. Most of the exchange, the air-to-air exchange, is always from super long range. So so clearly no one dares to fly over each other's territory because of what happened in the previous war or previous mini war, that Indian pilot was captured after he got shot down over Pakistan. So this is a no-no for both sides. They are not going to risk it this time round. And according to the Pakistani source, they say that the Indian Air Force sometimes have to take multiple runs at a target. So, and the Pakistani have been tracking the aircraft. As such, they state that they try to warn the civilians as much as they can based on the estimated targeting, estimated targets to minimize civilian casualties. However, so the of course, all in all, they say that like they clearly, the Indians say that no aircraft is going to be shot down or whatnot. But according to CNN again, if you want to really believe CNN or not, they have claimed that based on information from a so-called high-ranking French intelligence officer, they can confirm at least one Rafale fighter has been shot down that is operating on the Indian Air Force side. And this would mark, if confirmed, it would mark the first time a Rafale have been shot down in combat. So the French officials say that the French authority is still looking into whether more Rafale jets were being shot down by Pakistan. This is in terms of just move out a bit from the Pakistan-India situation. The French are very interested, definitely, on the performance of the Rafale jet. So I don't think the Rafale jet was operating with the Indian Air Force. The last time the Indian and the Pakistani have clashed, where we have the pilot that was caught in Pakistan. So this time round is really a trial by combat, trial by fire to see whether the Rafale actually performs, because Rafale is a 4.5G fighter jet. It is much more it's supposed to be much more effective, than a typical 3G or 4G jet. So however, in Dassault Aviation, which is the maker of the Rafale jet, has not responded to CNN requests for comment. And so while coming back to the Indian-Pakistan situation, they have claimed Indians claim that they have only attacked terrorist targets. However, the Pakistani side have insisted that the civilians are the one that is getting attacked, or at least they are the victims of the Indian strikes. This, however, is contradicted by the extremist group themselves. So according to this, the Pakistani militant chief was targeted. The Mansoor Azhar, the leader of the Jaish-e-Mohammed, or GEM, one of the two militant factions that was targeted by the Indian military. So this leader said that his older sister, his brother-in-law, his nephew, and niece were among those that died. And so he called the Indian Prime Minister a coward for targeting innocent children, unmarried women, and elderly. And they say that they now grieve and shocked so much that they cannot describe it. So this is very confirmed. This information is very confirmed, and this actually corroborates Indian claims that they are attacking the terrorist groups. Although of course, they hit the civilians, basically the family members of the terrorist group or the militant chief. However, but I would say this is what happens when you want to be a militant, right? So there is price to pay when war actually break out or fighting actually break out. So and he is a target. He happened to be not at the house, but his family died. So that is a very Israeli. But that's how it is, because you are launching missile and drone strikes, or air strikes. You're never going to know who is actually inside the house. And this is why, I always have to say violence is not an option. You cannot try to achieve some kind of political aim through violence, which is they want the independence of Kashmir, or Union of Kashmir. That is just it almost never works. Just to say. So, and then there is a very weird fake news or information. It may not be fake news. It might be real. Militant Tracker account on Twitter have shared this piece of announcement coming out from the Taliban, which is the TTP, the Taliban Pakistan, which is a bit weird. They actually accuse that the brother of Masood Azhar, which is just now from the JEM, his brother Hafiz Saifullah and other individuals has been taken out, has been killed, and they are pointing the fingers at the Pakistani army. They say that this brother of Masood Azhar, they are actually in the Indian-controlled Kashmir, and they accuse that the Pakistani Prime Minister directed the Pakistani army to take them out. I have no idea. This information may be fake news. I just want to say this might be actually misinformation campaign to muddy the water on the anti-Indian militant collisions or sites. So this is a very weird thing, because we have the earlier one, that is an announcement by Masood Azhar, that his older sister, brother-in-law, and nephew, niece were the one that was killed in the Indian airstrike. This other information claimed that the brother is killed, but in India. So it's a bit weird. And then he's killed by Pakistani in India. So this is a very bizarre situation. So let's talk about some other stuff. Some statements. Donald Trump have actually was asked by the media regarding the fighting between Pakistan and India. So he have mentioned that they have gone tit for tat, but hopefully they can stop now. I know both. We get along with both countries very well. Good relationship with both. I want to see it stop. And if I can do anything to help, I will be there. So United States clearly is a friend to both sides. Although nowadays under Donald Trump seems to be closer with India, but at least United States is trying to didn't try to escalate more, which is nice. So Jaisankar, the foreign minister for India, have said that the Indians has been measured in its actions. However, any escalation will get firm response, and firm response is exactly what had happened, because over the past 24 hours, both sides have launched drone strike at each other, or allegedly launched drone strike at each other. But I'm quite sure most likely is both sides have launched drone strikes, because on both sides, surface to air missile systems and air defense has been operating on both sides. And of course, I cannot entirely dismiss the possibility that there might be third parties that may be launching these drone strikes to escalate the situation. It is also possible. So, and accordingly, there is information that the Indians have used the S400, the Russian top-notch air defense, to intercept some of these attacks, marking its first combat used by India. And but both sides have denied to have launched the drone strikes, which is super weird. I have no freaking idea what the hell is happening in this way. So, and there's also other crazy information over the past 24 hours, including the information minister of Pakistan claiming that the Pakistani forces have killed 40 to 50 Indian soldiers along the line of control, and also destroyed some Indian military installations. And this drone strikes, missile strikes or whatever that is launched into India is clearly targeting military targets, and as such, or at least according to the Indians, and as such, the Indians have launched a retaliatory strikes. They basically took out an air defense system in Lahore and targeted air defense radar in multiple locations in Pakistan. India claimed that this is in response to Pakistan's escalation, because previously India's was, according to them, only exclusively targeting militant targets or terrorist targets. This time now they are attacking Pakistani military. This is in response to the escalation by the Pakistani side. Of course, this is very you say I say, because India have their own version of reality. The Pakistani have their own version of reality. Both is not wrong. In a way, actually, I would say both is not wrong. But India have the right to defend themselves against the terrorists. And if the Pakistani do not want to do anything with those terrorists, then India will take the things into their own hands. And this is very normal. I just want to say, in the world of in the global world, that is actually a very normal thing. But then the thing is, Pakistan do not appreciate Indians attacking across the border, even if it's to attack terrorist targets. And this a violation of sovereignty, and Pakistan has the right to defend itself or to retaliate against India's violation of sovereignty. So both sides is not wrong. Both sides is actually correct. So So no, feel free to launch nuclear weapon at each other. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that. No, please don't do that. So the and so just now earlier I also mentioned about the claim of the shutting down of Indian aircrafts, including including, let me see, where is it? Including, okay, I have to come up. So including a Sukhoi 30 MKI, MiG-29, Rafale jets, and also a Heron drone, the IAI, which is the Israeli aerospace industry Heron drone. So of course, India denied these losses. So although there are some Indian sources reported that 3 jets crashed in India, of course nothing can be confirmed right now. At least one of the crash with footages did show some French marking, possibly Rafale, but super hard to tell because the photo and video is right shit. It's horrible quality. Like I cannot tell. No, so and in the past 24 hours, the Indians now claim their own scalps on Pakistani Air Force. So they have claimed that they have shot down a F-16, a Pakistani F-16, 2 JF-17, and allegedly airborne AWACS aircraft in Punjab. So of course this is quite also a crazy claim. So both sides are claiming crazy shit, and I have to say, Pakistan and India both have tremendously terrible media. They both sides really like to make things up, and so I would have to highly urge everyone to take a pinch of, no, don't take a pinch, take a freaking bowl of salt and just stuff it down your throat, because from my experience with dealing with especially Indian media, they exaggerate things a lot. They make a lot of things up, and I would imagine the Pakistani side is the same, because yeah, if not, how do you protect so many militant groups inside Pakistan? So the both sides claims are very dubious, and yeah, so you just have to take everything with a massive bowl of salt, and get kidney failure. So and then you need dialysis, and then you start to feel like, no, this war is pointless, because yeah, you need to go to the dialysis center every week. Yeah, life will be sad. So anyway, so some other information. By the way, you can actually go to this website in the link. In Defense Politics Asia. This is a focus page. So some other things that has been mentioned, let me check, is okay. So the one of these big criticism is that the Indians launched the attack without warning, and as they launched the attack, passenger aircraft were actually flying over Pakistani airspace, and this resulted in a last minute rerouting of aircraft, including Air France, Lufthansa, Malaysian Airlines, which is very very scary. Every time Malaysian Airlines it's always the Malaysian Airlines. And yeah, so Punjab province on both sides has closed their school. Both Pakistan and India have closed their school. Examination has been postponed, and a lot of evacuation by the civilians. They're all running away from the battle zone or the front line or near the border because of all these missile strikes and artillery exchange. So there is also heavy artillery exchange that was noted. But like I said, there is a lot of fake news, and I just want to highlight it's very, very difficult to ascertain things. Very difficult. So I just want to say, just be careful. For example, on the first day of the Operation Sindor, which is the Indian operation, there was this claim that an entire brigade HQ was destroyed on the Indian side after the Pakistani retaliated. That's actually fake news. So so I just want to say, a lot of fake news. So be careful when you trot on this, especially both sides. The citizens of Pakistan and India both are super nationalistic, and when you have very nationalistic people commenting on social media, they're gonna blow everything up, you know. So I just want to say, you know, just be careful. So this is the main gist. There is some build up as well. I don't think I need to go through. You can read it yourself. Some build up to this Operation Sindor, and so like I say, this the latest. They are still at fighting each other, uh, a bit in a more standoff-ish situation. So so just to add some personal opinion about certain things, like for example, the air losses, if they are all true, is actually quite scary because of course the planes are expensive, and but also this marks a very high level of conflict. This is not officially a war yet. This is still border skirmish as much as it is. That's why the indication is still imminent. The risk of war is still imminent. But once ground forces start to enter the scene, that means they start to go over the border. That's when the war actually really starts. So at this moment, it still seems to be, you know, special military operations, you know, for both sides. But yeah, the both sides is in this very weird situation where both say they want to de-escalate, but both sides are escalating at the same time. The Like I said, both sides feel that they are correct, and both sides have rights to think that they are correct. And as a result, as they become self-righteous and do want to take a step back, they just keep escalating and reacting to each other, and this war will just start to, you know, go out of control. So hopefully we're gonna not see this turning out to be a big war. There's too much to lose, and really not worth it unless they're going to go into a full-fledged war and one side actually conquer ground. Then maybe it's worth it. But it's not worth it for the people who die, just saying. So anyway, thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. Happy birthday to you. If your birthday today, it's your fault because your birthday so they fight. No, just joking. No, just birthday to you. And also press the like button, subscribe, and be careful of YouTube snipers. No, YouTube subscriber has been DPA subscribers have been taken out by the YouTube snipers. So be careful. Don't get unsubscribed without you knowing. And I'll see you guys in the next update.